Welcome to the best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the Bee Prep Show.
And we're coming to you from the Sacramento Bee in our studio. We're in the heart of championship football season.
Welcome back for another edition of the Bee Prep Show. I'm Mike Finnerty, joined as always by my co-host Joe Davidson, the Sacramento Bee. And as we had mentioned, we are coming to you from our studios here at the Sacramento Bee. And Joe, the climate's it's a little wet outside, so we had to come indoors this week.
Yeah, we're pretty soft. You know, we cover these tough Regal athletes, but we're pretty wimpy. You know, we don't want to be carrying umbrellas. But a lot of championship football in this show. We got some letter of intent interviews that you did from earlier in the fall. Football letter of intent is in February. We'll be all over that as well. But small schools played for the Sac Joaquin Section Championship last weekend. The large schools are this weekend. We'll preview those, all kinds of football insight, and some basketball as well as we get ready for basketball season, since the weather says it's basketball.
Yeah, basketball just around the corner, and we are going to get out and see some of the top teams in our area, but those are going to be shows coming down a few weeks from now. All right, Joe, let's start off with championship football. We're going to start off with our Les Schwab game of the week, the Division 5 championship. You got the Bear River Bruins taking on the Colfax Falcons. We take you out to the Great Bowl in Lodi for the Division 5 section championship that featured a pair of teams from the Pioneer Valley League. It's the number 1 seed Bear River Bruins looking for their second section title in first since 1994, taking on the number 2 Colfax Falcons looking for their 5th section title in first since 2003. These two teams met up once this year, with Bear River prevailing by just a point. To the action we go, and we'll pick it up in the second quarter. Colfax up 3-0 when senior Tim Rollins takes it into the end zone from 2 yards out, putting the Falcons up 10-0 with 3:44 left to go in the half. However, Bear River would answer back. Quarterback Jason Voder escapes the pressure. He's going to find Ryan Wagner deep downfield, a play that will get the Bruins inside the Colfax 5-yard line. Moments later, they'll cash in with this Voder touchdown to Kyle Ucleary, that from 6 yards out, as the Bruins cut the lead to 10-7 with 1:25 left in the half, and that would be your score at the break. However, in the second half, we would see a much different game, and it would be all Bruins. Here's Voder going deep down the left side for Ben Olina. That will go for 30 yards. And with 8:01 left in the third, Bear River has its first lead of the game, this at 14-10. Then a big play here. Colfax driving with Rollins, fumbles it away, and there to recover it is Bear River's Kyle Krogman. That'll give the Bruins the ball at their 22-yard line late in the third. From there, it was just more of that Bear River offense. Here's Voder rolling right, and he's going to connect with Dave Mastrola in the front corner of the end zone. That's good for another score, upping the Bear River lead to 21-10 early fourth. Bruins weren't done though. Voder adds to his 3 touchdown passes with 1 on the ground. He gets in there. It's now 28-10, and there would be no climbing out of this hole for Colfax, as Bear River takes it 28-10. All smiles for longtime head coach Terry Logue, who won it all back in 1994. Both Logue and SAVOIE get the bath at the end. 5 straight wins to finish off the season, and an 11-2 record overall. And of course, a lot of happy Bruins after this one.
That score right before halftime was monumental. We needed that one. You know, it came out ready to go. You know, 10-0, and you getting that score right before halftime got us in a position to, you know, come back and make a run for it, and we did.
For me to hit 200 wins in the same year you get a section title, I think I've got all I got coming.
We've been getting ourselves in holes all year, and we knew we could dig ourselves out, and we just believed in each other and knew that if we pulled together as a team, we could pull off a big one, and we did it tonight, and this is a great one for the program, and I can't be more excited.
Best way ever to go out with all my boys, my brother, him having the game of his life. I'm so happy he did it, and I'm so happy our team did it. It was awesome down here.
I put in a lot of work. I played football for about 12 years of my life. I've been dreaming of this moment, and it came true, so I'm pretty excited.
We head back to the Great Bowl on Saturday night for the Division 6 section championship game, featuring the Capital Christian Cougars looking for their second section title in first since 2009, and to go unbeaten on the season at 13-0, taking on the Modesto Christian Crusaders, another team that won its only title back in 2009. Modesto Christian got the ball to start the game, and the Crusaders drive right down the field and score on a Chris Brown 25-yard run. And just like that, it's 7-0. Capital Christian would answer right back, and who do they go to? But none other than Justice Shelton-Moseley, and he is going to race 68 yards for the score, and that's going to tie it at 7-all. After another Chris Brown score put the Crusaders back on top at 14-7, Capital Christian opens up the second quarter with another touchdown of their own. This, the short yardage variety by Luis Gomez, and it's now 14-14. The first team to punt in this game would be Modesto Christian, and Capital Christian would take advantage with the Shelton-Moseley 9-yard touchdown, putting the Cougars in the lead for the first time in this game at 21-14 with 3:17 left in the half, and that would be your score by the break. Third quarter now, and the Cougars keep it rolling. It's quarterback Jacob Norville. He's going to roll right and find Josh Manansala in the end zone for another Capital Christian touchdown. It's now 28-14. Then to the fourth quarter, Moseley, he goes right. That from a yard out. That's going to push the lead to 35-21 with 8:26 to go. Now with Modesto Christian down 35-28, fourth and goal at the Capital Christian 4-yard line with 3:19 left. This pass goes incomplete. Cougars hold. Another big play here. Capital Christian, a 4th and 1 at its own 14. They call on Luis Gomez, and he is going to get the first down with a minute left to go in this game, and that is going to seal the deal for Capital Christian as the Cougars hold on and get a 35-28 win. It's the first section championship for head coach Phil Grams, and the celebration is on as the Cougars go to 13-0 on the season and now hope they will get the call to play in a NorCal championship. It was all smiles for the Cougars afterward, and we caught up with the Division VI champs after the celebration was on.
We played hard each and every time we stepped on the field, you know, and I'm emotional because I love these guys. They're over here behind me acting funny, but we've been loose all season. I just want to thank each and everybody in the stands, each coach, everyone. It's a blessing to be here.
We're a tough team. We never quit. We never gave up. We always stayed humble, and that's all we need.
It's the greatest feeling in the world to be out here with my brothers. It's been an awesome season. We've been talking about it for a whole year now. I was just so excited to hear about all line played amazing. Receivers ran great routes. Defense got us the ball, made a great stop at the end. It's an unbelievable feeling right now. Just thank God for everything.
Super proud. Just like I told the other guys, you know, we have 16 seniors. They were our first group of freshmen, and they bought into everything since day one. They totally embody what Capital Christian School is all about. And I asked them to trust in God, trust in their teammates, and trust in the process, and they did. And when it came to crunch time in this game, they believed and they trusted, and we got it done on a 4th and 1 on our own end to win the ball game, and we had a goal line stand down there. So they believed. They are hard, tough football players, and they're great human beings.
All right, Mike, again, the Lodi Grape Bowl is perfect for the small school championship venues. Great enthusiasm. The weather was good. Thank goodness for that cooperation there. The Capital Christian Cougars are hoping to extend its season, and as section champions in Division VI, they are in the discussion for the NorCal Division IV game. There's all kinds of Bay Area teams in the mix as well, so we'll see right there. But already 13-0, first time in school history. Justice Shelton-Moseley, we've seen him, we've talked about him. He's a great character guy, gives powerful, emotional pregame speeches. What makes him so terrific as a player?
Well, you know, he's just a difference maker. You know, he's got the speed, and that is a difference a lot of teams don't have at the small school level, as a guy like him. And as he mentioned last week, he committed to Harvard.
All right, we got a whole lot more in this show. Coming up, we're going to talk to Donovan Brown, the star quarterback for the Grant Pacers. We'll preview this weekend's championship games. I catch up with the Voter brothers of the Bear River Bruins, the division champ Bear River Bruins. Plenty more. Stick around.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
Just in, the classic term used car is old-fashioned, outdated, and no longer of any particular relevance. Let's party. The Roseville Auto Mall is throwing a massive factory-certified pre-owned sales event. That means incredible savings on just about every kind of car in the world. All factory certified. It's happening now. It's going fast. In layman terms, skedaddle. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
We want to thank our title sponsor, Save Mart Supermarkets. Shop Save Mart up and down the Central Valley.
All right, welcome back to the best of high school sports in Northern California. Big emphasis in Sacramento on the Sac Joaquin section. We are the B Prep Show, brought to you by our good friends from Save Mart up and down the valley. Like right there.
I like this.
How about that?
Yeah.
We're coming to you from the studios of the Sacramento Bee. More championship football previews for the larger schools coming up. with some highlights and some information and what we think is going to happen. And we'll touch on basketball here and there, letter of intent. But let's talk brothers. And specifically up at Bear River, you got two brothers who lived out a dream.
They did, as we saw at the top of the show. Bear River topped Colfax for the Division 5 championship, and Jason and John Voter, big parts of that win and big parts of the team this year. And they realized a dream from childhood as part of our school's financial credit union Game On Athletes of the Week this week.
They are brothers separated by just 1 year, and now they are section champions. John Voter, the 5'10", 195-pound senior running back and linebacker, is the older of the two, the big brother, the tough guy on the team, and the leader. While Jason's the thinly framed 143-pound junior quarterback who didn't get his first varsity start until the third game of the season, and winning a section title together was something they had dreamed of for years.
Always as a little kid, my dad used to tell me, you guys are going to be special. You're going to be something to be reckoned with. And I think we proved that tonight. And ever since we were little kids, we used to play football in the backyards, used to go out to Bear River and toss the ball around. And we would just dream. We would just dream about this. And we would dream about playing against Colfax. And we never in a million years thought we'd play Colfax in the championship. And we never thought we'd get a win. And everyone who said we wouldn't and couldn't, I just want to have them look back on this and say, you know what, we were wrong on this one.
For John, he echoes the thoughts of his brother.
I've been looking forward to playing with my little brother since I don't know how long. Kid's a hell of a player. He's impressive, and I didn't have a very good game this game, but I'm so happy. I'd much rather have him do as good as he could, and it was amazing.
As one of the senior veterans, John had one major piece of advice for Jason when he took over as quarterback.
I want to teach him to not quit, to never stop running hard, to have faith in me, receiver is the line, and trust us, because we're going to get it done. We always do have faith in the defense, and that we're going to finish this thing off right.
Jason has always known that he and his brother are there for one another on the field as well.
He's always been for me, and if there's a kid who takes a cheap shot or something on me, my brother doesn't let that go. He doesn't let anything go on us, and I know that he'll give his 110% for me, and I'll do the same right back for him. And I couldn't be more ecstatic that I got this big win with my brother, and it's a dream come true. It really hasn't even sunk in yet, to be honest with you.
All right, Joe, let's stick with basketball. It's right around the corner, as we had mentioned, and rather than get into our full previews, which we are going to do in the coming weeks, we're going to give you a little bit of a taster. We're going to talk about some boys teams to watch briefly, and let's start with those boys, and let's start with the team that we know is going to be our preseason number one, the Folsom Bulldogs.
Jordan Ford, Sacramento Bee Player of the Year, point guard last year as a sophomore. First time that's ever happened in all the years at the Sacramento Bee. He's so composed, he's so talented. He's a big-time player. He's got all kinds of scholarship interest, and he's a high-character guy as well.
Yeah, he's got some teammates, Jared Wall, Josiah DeGara, Colin Russell. They're an experienced team, and they're going to be tough to beat. All right, Joe, let's get to Wood Creek, because they've got we know about Noah Blackwell, by the way. He's probably one of the best in our area, if not the best. He's going to Long Beach State, but he's got a 6'9" freshman that's going to be helping him out this year.
The Jordan rules invade Roseville, otherwise known as Jordan Brown, a 6'9", skilled big man. Where did this change where big men came into high school skilled? Because they grew up handling the ball, and that's a big boost for Wood Creek, which is thinking section large school championship.
And I'd say Paul Hayes is probably pretty happy about that.
Good coach, too.
Yes, he is. All right, we're going to stay as boys. We've got the Sac High Dragons. No surprise there. Just a deep team.
Very deep, very well coached by Derek Swafford, who demands accountability, gets it. Solomon Young is a terrific player. He's the best big man in the section last year. Went down for the playoffs with a slight knee injury. He's okay. He could shoot, he could run, and Christian Terrell is a terrific complement at guard. That's a loaded outfit.
Yeah. Watch out for the Sheldon Huskies. Terrific team, lots of balance. Of course, Joey Rawlings is back as head coach for them, and their star player could be Devin Green.
Yeah, he's a terrific point guard. So fast, takes you off the dribble. He could score, he could defend, run the floor. And this is a team that was hammered by section sanctions for undue influence and parents getting overly involved in trying to recruit players over. They've learned their lesson. It's a terrific program. A lot of good stuff has come out of that program. And I think they're one angry, motivated group, and that's a team that could get right back in the Section Division I Finals, Mike.
Oh, you bet. Oh, that's right. Let's go with the girls now. We've got the McClatchy Lions. They're going to be our preseason number one. We're talking loaded team with Destiny Lee in the middle, Gigi Garcia. You got Jordan Cruz. Those are your big three, but they've got depth.
Yeah, and they really do. But it starts with the post play, and when Gigi Garcia can handle the ball and shoot at 6'1", that's pretty impressive. That's a team that could win the Northern California Division I championship, if not the whole thing.
Oh, you bet. All right, let's stay in girls. We're going to talk about the Sac-High Dragons on the girls' side, of course. And again, you know, Sac-High graduated a lot of players, but they bring a lot of players back as usual.
Yeah, and Coach Michelle Massari is such a demanding, tough, fierce coach, but she does it with tough love. She high-fives and hugs them and plays music, but is very strict, and also says she's got the great motto: if you don't play defense, you'll sit next to me on the bench. So this is another team that's thinking section championship for sure. All
right, Joe, we're going to throw another name out there. Another team always near the top, Del Oro. And I think of the Golden Eagles, and I think of Hannah Jordan and Lauren Hine. Two post players for them. They're very skilled, and they're going to be in the tough SFL again.
Yeah, the Sierra Foothill League has been so good in so many sports. It'll also play out here in girls basketball. Mike Takayama, one of the great coaches. He doesn't have any more game left, but he's a heck of a coach.
Yep. And speaking of great coaches, Steve White of Oak Ridge, they're going to be up there as well. Again, like Sac-High, they graduate a lot of talented players. They lost Bentoncourt, Jen Hoffman. But they always reload, and I expect them to be at the top.
Yeah, and it all starts with a coach. In high school sports, when you have a championship, big-time coach, everything falls in place after that.
Yeah. All right, well, that's a little bit of our basketball appetizer. Again, more in the coming weeks. We'll get out to see games. We'll have previews. We'll load it down with basketball, but it's football time right now. So when we come back from the break, we're going to introduce you to Donovan Brown, the star quarterback for Grant. We're going to preview some football games. Don't go away.
There's a history you feel when you visit any of the Von Hausen automotive dealerships. You'll sense the quality of Mercedes-Benz, and you'll experience the low-pressure atmosphere that comes from 2 generations of family ownership. Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento, Mercedes-Benz of El Dorado Hills, and Mercedes-Benz of Rockland. 3 great reasons to drive one of the world's best automobiles. Come feel the difference or visit vonhausen.com.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, starting with Save Mart Supermarkets, where fresh comes first. Shop at Save Mart up and down the Central Valley. Schools Financial Credit Union, banking for everyone, value, convenience, and emerging technology. Von Hausen Automotive Group, celebrating 50 years with Mercedes-Benz. Stop dreaming and start driving. Roseville Auto Mall. If you're looking for a used car, go to the Roseville Auto Mall with over 6,000 vehicles to choose from. And Les Schwab Tires. Since 1952, we promise we'll get you more for your money.
Welcome back to the best of high school sports in Northern California. Big emphasis in Sacramento. Brought to you by our good friends from Save Mart. We are the B Prep Show. We're coming here from the B Studios here. We love our backdrop here.
We do.
A lot of football coming up as we're going to preview the Section Division 1, 2, and 3 championship games. Who's going to win, why, what to look for. But let's talk a little bit more football as you got to sit down with Donovan Brown, the quarterback for the Grant High School Pacers. They're in the Section Division 2 championship game, and they call him Little Big Man. He's not a big guy in stature, but he plays big in heart, and he loves his role.
The undefeated Grant Pacers are back in a section championship game for the first time since 2010 and looking for their first section title since 2008. And one of the key reasons for this year's success has been the consistent play of senior quarterback Donovan Brown. Brown grew up a Pacer football fan. His father also a player in the program from 1980 to 84. So this opportunity to play for a section title is something Brown has dreamed of.
I've been playing it since I was a little boy, growing up watching Capelli play, Booker, James Sample, Shaq Thompson, that's at Washington now. It feels good to get there. It's a great opportunity. We want to take advantage of it.
Considered somewhat of an undersized quarterback at 5'10", 170 pounds, Brown has a couple of guys he's tried to model his game after.
Somebody like Peyton Manning, I like how he played. He managed the game well, get everybody go hard for him. Drew Brees, he was around, little guy, look up, make plays in big moments.
Football isn't the only sport that Brown excels at. The two-sport star is also the starting point guard for the Pacers basketball team, a spot that will be waiting for him once the football season comes to an end.
I love basketball when I'm playing basketball. I love football when I'm playing football. I've been playing basketball since about 5th grade year at Fairbanks Elementary. And football I've been playing since 4th grade in Highlands. I started my first year. But yeah, I love them both. I can't wait to basketball, but right now it's football. I want to get this section ring, get to state.
With this being Brown's second year as a starting quarterback, he's better for the experience. A higher quarterback rating and fewer interceptions are byproducts of Brown's work to improve.
I just made it more of a focus to be more accurate, deliver the ball, get it out my hands quicker, get it to the athletes so they can make plays for me.
Brown and longtime head coach Mike Albergini have been known to tangle from time to time, but the relationship has grown.
Oh yeah, it's a great relationship with Coach Al. I love him to death, and we might have some ups and downs. You know, he might get on me, yell at me, making the wrong play, making the wrong decision at the time. But at the end of the day, he congratulated me, tell me how good I'm doing and how well I've been playing.
And the one thing that Brown has learned from Coach Albergini,
I got to get the ball to the athletes, and they'll make the plays for me as a quarterback. The line, run hard, play action a lot, and just get the ball to the playmakers, and they go ahead and make it happen.
So with the Division II Section Championship set for this Friday, what is the key to success for the Pacer offense?
Alignment. It all starts with our line. They're the heart and soul of our team. That's where we go to when we need big moments. We run the ball, and they make it happen for us.
All right, Donovan Brown grew up in Del Paso Heights, and it was his dream to play point guard for the basketball team, and he has, and to quarterback this team to the cusp of a championship, and he's doing that. And he does have a love-hate relationship with his coach, Mike Albergini, who says, I wouldn't want to be coached by me. I'd be all over my case. But there's a lot of love and respect there, and you know, they may butt heads, but there's a lot of high fives and hugs as well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, they want that championship badly there in Del Paso Heights. All right, Joe, good to catch up with Donovan Brown, but we're going to go back to a couple weeks ago when I had a chance to bounce around Sacramento and talk to many of those Lever and Tent signees, and here's my conversations with them.
I'm really excited. It's always been my dream to play Division I lacrosse, and to play it at St. Mary's. I've always looked at it as an option to play at St. Mary's, and I'm glad that I get to commit there.
I just love Coach Ko and Coach Collier. They were the ones who really, really sold me. And then when it's far away from home, I get the full college experience, and all the girls, when I went on my official visit, I just felt at home anyways. I just felt already welcome, so it was really nice.
I just love the area, and the team was great when I came. And it's a new coach, Brent. He used to be at St. Mary's, and I love him and the assistants. It's just a really fun atmosphere.
I mean, it's a huge relief, but it's just another step. Just keep playing the game and keep moving forward from here.
A credit union is a not-for-profit member-owned financial institution. Can your bank say that? Demand more from your financial institution. Make the switch to Schools Financial Credit Union for low loan rates, state-of-the-art technology, making accounts accessible anytime, anywhere, and more ATMs than most major banks. Anyone who lives, works, or worships in Sacramento and its surrounding counties is eligible to join. Be part of the credit union difference and bank happily ever after with Schools.
We want to thank our title sponsor, Save Mart Supermarkets. Shop Save Mart up and down the Central Valley.
All right, welcome back to the best of high school sports in Northern California. Big emphasis in Sacramento. We are the B Prep Show, brought to you by our good friends from Save Mart, located up and down the valley, the heart of our coverage area. We're coming to you from the Sacramento Bee studios, as you can see, with our nice slick backdrop here.
Yeah. Did you make these? Did you paint these?
Well, my son Cameron did. So
okay, yeah.
We are going to preview the Sac Joaquin Section Division 1, 2, and 3 championship games in this segment. But first, let's go back a little bit to the small school champions.
Yes, we have our Von Hausen Stars of the Week.
This week's Von Hausen Stars of the Week are Jason Boder of Bear River and Justice Shelton-MOSELEY of Capital Christian. Boder, the 5'10" junior quarterback for the Division V champion Bruins, had his best game of the season, and it came at the most important time. In Bear River's 28-10 win over Colfax, Boder threw for 3 touchdown passes and ran for another. Shelton-MOSELEY, the 6', 180-pound running back, defensive back for the Cougars, did what he has done all year long and the past 3 years, which is dominate. In Capital Christian's 35-28 win over Modesto Christian, Shelton-MOSELEY ran for 141 yards and 3 touchdowns and was a force on defense as well as special teams.
All right, Mike, those athletes will remember these championships for the rest of their lives.
Yes, they will. Good memories for them. All right, Joe, it's time now to preview this weekend's section football championships, Division 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to start off with Division 3. The Intercom Tigers taking on the Oakdale Mustangs. Does Intercom finally break through and get that title, Coach Stark?
I think so, and this is a terrific team. It's very fast. The Intercom Tigers are a wing T run base under Coach Terry Stark's been there a long time. He swears by the wing T, and he'll swear if they don't win a championship. But Larry Hardy is fast. Austin Thurman is fast. They play good defense. This is a championship caliber team, thinking of a NorCal Regional Bowl as well. But Oakdale really runs the ball. That's a wing T team. This game may last 90 minutes. But it's a toss-up game, but I sense that we're going to stick with the team that we picked from the start.
Yeah.
The Intercom Tigers, I think, a little bit faster.
Yes, we did pick them. All right, let's go on to Division 2 now. We just mentioned them earlier. The Grant Pacers, Donovan Brown, his cast of teammates, a loaded team. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute about them. They take on the St. Mary's Rams. Donovan Brown, the Grant Pacers, that line, their size, their experience, they're undefeated, they're ready.
Big time ready, and have to get pressure on Noah Rigetti, the quarterback for St. Mary's, who's had a big playoff run. And if you don't get pressure on him, he will carve you up, and that's what he's done in the playoffs. Kahil Lodge is the nation's leading tackler for St. Mary's, and so he'll be in the backfield for Grant as well. But the Pacers could have one of their all-time greatest teams. It's the best line that Coach Mike Albergini has had in his 24 seasons there. It'll be defined by a championship. How do they finish?
Yep, and one guy that's really going to carry the ball for them, as he has done all year long, Deshaun Collins, look for him. So I think we both agree, if they pound the ball and run behind that line, they should be fine. But they can win it with Donovan Brown if they want it.
Absolutely.
Through the air.
Good balance.
All right, let's go to Division 1 now. No surprise, you got the Folsom Bulldogs going up against Tracy, a team that I don't think we expected. Well, we didn't expect to be in the championship game. Let me just say this, no one's beaten Folsom.
The last Sac Joaquin section team that beat Folsom was Vacaville in 2011, so really a great juggernaut run here for the Folsom Bulldogs. This region's monster program the last several seasons. Jake Browning, we know about Jake Browning, 76 touchdowns this season. He's got Josiah DeGora, he's got Cole Thompson, he's got a terrific cast of running backs, dominating offensive line, dominating defensive line. Bailey Aleolagi leads a dominating defense. And I'm overusing the word dominant because this team has been dominant. What can Tracy do? Has to run the ball with Nick Jones and just continue the upset quest. Having already knocked off the 2nd seed Jesuit, the 3rd seed Granite Bay. We like Folsom because nothing has seemed to slow down Folsom, and not going to change here.
I think the only thing that would slow down Folsom is themselves, injuries, turnovers, that sort of thing, but we do not see them losing. All right, those are our predictions, Division 1, 2, and 3. We can't wait. All right, if you want to catch this show every Tuesday, you go to Comcast Sportsnet California. It also re-airs Wednesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Fridays. And if you miss it on TV, where do you catch it?
Easy to find, sacb.com. We have story links, show links, photo gallery links, online every day because we appreciate and value of high school sports.
And if the weather behaves next week, we'll be shooting on location from Sacramento State. All right, folks, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.